Hey guys, welcome to another video. So with me here I have a very simple application that we did in the previous video. So I'm just going to walk you through it. So what this application does, it shows you how you can bulk upload data to your Golang Fyne application. So with me here I defined the data and we have the name, age, profession and location. And then this is the sample data that I used to upload. So here we have the name, the age, profession and the location. So here we're defining the column names and then we are defining our application, of course also setting the width and the height, and then we are using a table to display the uploaded data, of course using this table and all the other things. And then here we have the upload button, that is a reader used to read the data from the uploaded data, of course, and we are going to scan each and every line and then we are appending it to the data that we have defined at the top here. So I'm going to run the application, and before that we are filtering the data so that we can only allow the user to upload CSV files only. Then finally we're showing it. So I'm just going to run it so that you can be able to see how the application looks like. So this is the uploaded data. It's not supposed to be that way. Okay, I've made some mistake here. This is supposed to be content, should be container, new border, then we have the dot button, then bottom is nil, 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 and then finally we have the table. Then now we can display the contents. Okay, and then we can run that so that we have a good outlay. Yes, this is how it's supposed to look like. And then we click on button, upload, test, and then it should look like this. So you have the name, the age, the profession, the location. Then I'm going to add an export to CSV button just beside it. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to define export to CSV. Then I can just call it export CSV button. Then I'm going to say widgets. This new button. Of course, I'm going to say export to CSV. Then I'm just going to give it a null, and then we can define buttons because I want it to the two buttons should be side by side. So I'm going to use a hbox. Then I can say upload button, then export to CSV, and then here I'm going to use buttons. Then we can run it so that we can see how it looks like. Yes, so this is the button. Of course right now it's not active because I'm saving it as I'm setting the function is null, is nil. So now let's add the logic. So of course we're going to supply the function here, and then we're going to provide the file dialog that can be used to export. So the file dialog is going to be dialog dot new file save. Now the difference between file open is a reader, and then file save is a writer. Okay, so we're going to supply the func, it's going to be a writer, and then we have to ensure that the writer is not null. Of course, the first thing first, you have to do error handling. Then we're going to say if error is not equal to null, then we're going to the error is error. Then we're going to supply my window, then we're going to return. And then to get rid of this error, we need to supply the parent window. Of course, it's going to be my window. This one will be defined here. And then after confirming that if there's an error, we display to the user. We also have to ensure that the writer it is null. We're going to also return to ensure that the writer is not null, and then we have to defer closing the writer. Okay, to defer that so that ensure that everything is done. Okay, now we also have to define our writer. Of course, since we're using CSV, there's a built-in module for that. It's a standard library for that. I'm just going to say new writer. Then we supply my window. Okay. No new variable on this. Okay. Let's change this. W, and then we supply the writer. Okay, supply the writer we have defined here, and then this writer we're going to use to write our data. Then we're just going to say writer dot write all. Okay, then we supply the data. Remember, this is the data that we defined here, and then we are once you upload it, we're also going appending it here, so we are using it down here to write everything up. And then we need to check for error, so that if error not equal to nil, we're also going to display the error here in my window. We're going to return, then confirming that there is no error, and we're going to flash it. So it's going to say writer dot flash. Okay, so this ensures that we are reading the data from the uploaded data, of course, and then we are writing it to a CSV file using this writer. And then if there is any error writing it, we're going to ensure that it's being written successfully. So after doing that, we're going to the file dialog to set the file name. Okay, set the file name. We can maybe call it export.csv. export.csv, and then finally we're going to show this particular dialog. Now let us test our application to ensure that it's working as expected. Then we first upload our data. Okay, after uploading the data, we can export it. Then we can save it. After saving it, we are saving it as export.csv, and there is our exported data. Okay, you can change the name as you want. So this file dialog, when you click on the button, it's displayed so that you can choose your particular name. So guys, this is how you can export the data to CSV. In the next video, I'll show you how you can export to JSON, also export to XLSX, like different kinds of formats. So see you in the next video.